going to see how to configure a personal email ID. If you are having your own domain, then learn how to make a personal email. So today we are going to see a brief video about how to configure it, how to set the SPF, how to set the DKIM record, including the TXT record, including the MX record, everything we are going to set. So quickly we'll get back to our screen. Before getting started, I would like to clear the concepts of all the protocols like SMTP protocol, what is SMTP protocol, what is POP3, what is IMAP, all three protocols we are going to see. Getting to the point. Okay, so if we talk about SMTP protocol, it is a simple mail transfer protocol and it is used to send mails. And if we talk about POP3, it is a post office protocol and it is used to receive the mails. And the last, that is IMAP, and it is Internet Message Access Protocol, and we are currently using version 3. It is used to store the mails. Whatever mails we receive, to store the mails, we use IMAP protocol. So basically there are only three protocols which we need to understand, that is SMTP, POP3 and IMAP. SMTP is for sending the mail, POP3 is for receiving the mail, and IMAP is for storing the mail. So based on this thing, we are going to configure the DNS settings we are going to configure. Okay, let's get back to our screen. In our case, the registrar is get.tech. I have already logged into this account. I have purchased a domain name. I'm using my friend's domain name. He asked me to configure the DNS settings for email, so I thought to make a video on it. Okay, so after getting onto this, we have to check for this thing. In every registrar, you will find this email setting. You just have to click on this manage email, and then you will get some details. I will quickly revert the changes. Whatever changes I have made, I'll revert all the changes so that you will get to know what error it was showing previously. He has purchased a Cloudflare service as well. He is using a Cloudflare service for hosting the website. So we have to configure in Cloudflare. As the website is being hosted on the Cloudflare, so we have to make changes. We have to configure Cloudflare as well. So here is our domain name. I'll just click on it. I'll revert all the changes. So I have reverted everything, whatever I have done. Now there are two things which needs to be taken care of, which are important as well. That is DKIM record and SPF record. So DKIM record, that is domain key identified mail. So they are used to verify the mails that we are sending the mail. Let's consider an example. If you are sending a letter to a friend and to specify that whether it belongs to you only, that you have sent that mail, that nobody has tampered in between. So what you do, you will put a stamp on it and it will be received to your friend. It is a digital signature for mails. So whenever you send a mail, a digital signature is being added to that mails. Now moving on to SPF record. SPF record is something like a security guard. Like it will tell other servers like which server are authorized to send mail in behalf of your domain name. Let's say you are having multiple domains and other servers you want to grant other servers as well to send mails in behalf of you. So at that time SPF record comes into play. That's why we need to configure SPF record and DKIM record both on this particular server, on whatever web hosting you are using. On that we have to configure the DKIM and SPF record. So where we are going to get the content and everything, we are going to see that. So this is the Cloudflare which my friend is using for his hosting purpose. So we'll move to the registrar, and the registrar is get.tech. You have to click on manage emails and then you have to navigate to DNS configuration. Here you will see that current MX status, it is showing invalid and we have to configure it. POP, IMAP, SMTP and webmail. So webmail is basically to view the graphical user interface. Just to get the graphical user interface, we use webmail. With the POP3, IMAP and SMTP protocols, we have to configure webmail as well. Yes, and another thing, that is DKIM and SPF. Here you are seeing DKIM and SPF. Here also it is showing invalid. Why? If we check the DNS setting of this registrar, then here if we check for MX record, in MX record we'll find all the entries of this mail host. Whatever entry they ask to make into the DNS record in MX record, they are available. In CNAME as well, see IMAP, webmail, POP and SMTP. All entries are being made already, but still it is showing the error that you have to make an entry into DNS setting. So where we want to make the entry, we have to make it in the new web hosting platform. Wherever we are hosting our website, at that website on that platform, we have to change the DNS setting as well. So quickly we'll get the previous window. I'll just close this and click on this manage email. You have to navigate to mail and then DNS configuration. Here you have to select for MX status and then view details. This record we have to create. We have to make an entry of MX record into the Cloudflare. So we'll quickly get on to that Cloudflare. Once we are on the Cloudflare, you have to click on the domain name, whatever domain name you are having, and then you have to click on DNS. In DNS, you have to click on add record, and then here you have to select MX. First we'll add the MX record, and here we will just open the window. So there is no subdomain for MX record, especially for MX record there is no kind of subdomain. We are directly making an entry on the main domain name, that is in our case that is rohanhandure.tech. So in that case we have to specify here name for @ and then mail server will be, I'll just make first entry for us2mx1 mailhostbox.com, and then here priority should be set to 100 and then save. Then again you have to make another entry for the same thing, but this time with the MX2, and then we have to make it for MX, and the priority should be 100. Here we have to put MX2 and then save. Again we have to make an entry for MX record @ and here we have to set for MX3 and then priority bit as 100. So MX record are like a signpost in the on the internet, where the signposts are usually used to locate where we want to deliver our mail and from where the mails are coming, where we are delivering the mail, so that they can confirm from where the mails are being coming. So next thing we have to configure the other records. Other records in our case will be the POP3, IMAP, SMTP and webmail. So we'll just view this thing and we'll make an entry for add record, and then we'll make an entry for CNAME. We have to select the CNAME, and then here we have to type POP. If we are adding a POP3 record, then we have to use POP and then the target. In our case the target is uspop.mailhostbox.com, and then you have to click on save. Again you have to click on add record and then CNAME. Then here now this time you have to select for IMAP. For IMAP you have to type in IMAP, and then for target you have to use us2 IMAP mailhostbox.com and then save. Again for next record we have to make CNAME entry for this, and then now this time it is SMTP, and then the target will be us2 SMTP mailhostbox.com and then save. Now for webmail we're going to do the same thing, add record, CNAME, webmail. You can directly copy from here so that there should not be any spelling mistake, and then in the target we have to select for us3 webmail mailhostbox.com, and then so here we have successfully configured SMTP, IMAP, POP3 and webmail. So SMTP is for sending the mails, IMAP is for storing the mails, and POP3 is for receiving the mails. And MX record also have been configured. Now we'll quickly move to our registrar. It takes a little bit time to update these records. Yes, one more record we forgot, that is DKIM and SPF. We have to make an entry of DKIM and SPF as well. So we'll make it in TXT. TXT record holds this DKIM and SPF records. So here we have to put the name as it is. We'll copy from here and we'll paste it. Now the domain should look like this. So it's looking like this. Yes. Now we have to put the content as from V to till the end. Don't copy the double quotes. and just save it. One more entry we have to make it for SPF. For that also we'll choose the ext record. The name, it should be SPF record is directly attached to the main domain name, that is ronhandure.tech, to the main domain name. Now SPF is, again, it is for validating whether to which server we are granting permission to send mails in behalf of us. So that's why it is directly attached to your domain name. So here is the value. You have to just click on SPF. Here you have to specify @ and the content should be from V till end. That will be spfmailhostbox.com, and then just paste the content and then save. Okay, so everything has been configured. Now we'll just check back to here. We'll get back to dashboard and DNS. Then this will take some time to validate and everything, but till then we can do one thing. We can get onto the dashboard and then add user. Here I'll put the name as anything you can put, and here you have to choose and which email you want to configure. In my case it will be me, and alternate email should be your Gmail, on which they will send us whatever updates it's being getting on the registrar. Everything will get on this email. So it will be, I'll just select the country and then add the user. After adding the user, I'll get the message. Now I'll just click on this mail link, whatever link. So I've got the page, and now here I have to put the stuff. Here it is my email ID. It has generated automatically, and the password. I'll copy the password and paste it over here and then log it. I'll be logging into the dashboard of my personal mail account. Now here I can compose an email, or I can send to whoever, whatever I want to send. Okay, so we have configured our mail, our personal email from our personal domain. If you are having your personal domain, then you can configure your personal email, your business email like this by simply configuring 3 main setup, that is SMTP, IMAP and POP3 protocol. These 3 protocols you should know, and then you have to just configure these 3 protocols, these 3 records in your web hosting platform. Wherever you are hosting your website, there also you have to make this entry. So that's it for today's video. Meet you in the next session. Bye bye.